Christmas Spirit 105.3. Hi, I'm Erica.
Hey, this is Michael Boggs.
Wow.
I'm calling in for a quick convo today. How are you guys doing?
I am so excited to meet you on the phone. Michael, Merry Christmas time.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you. I never get tired of hearing it. Okay, so I got to tell you, it was like 5 a.m. a couple weeks ago, and I'm just in here getting ready for the show, prepping the weather, and your song came on. I mean, Come You Unfaithful is one of the best surprises I've had in a long time. Michael, why did you make this incredible song?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really wanted people, I wanted to remind people, including the people in my church, that no one has yet found the boundaries of God's grace and His mercy. That is extended to everybody and everyone. And I think the beauty of the story of Christmas is that Jesus invites everyone to a relationship with Him. And I need to remind myself of that. I wanted to remind others of that, my own church of that as well. The church that I serve at here in Oklahoma is called Rejoice Church. And so in that chorus, the little bit of a double meaning there, I'm saying rejoice as in praise the Lord, but I'm also saying to my church, You, Rejoice Church, He came for you. And so it's been fun to remind myself and others of that precious message.
Well, I'm so glad that your song is out in the world. And I'm wondering, Michael, how did you figure out that the kind of love Jesus offers is unconditional?
You know, from falling a lot.
Yeah.
It's not for lack of effort, but my life has seemed to be a repeated story of falling and having the grace of Jesus pick me up and tell me to try again. And I think one of the best ways that you learn about grace is experiencing it yourself. And then probably the second way is when you have to also turn around and give that grace to someone else. And so, of which I'm fluent in both of those. and I've found the grace of Jesus Christ to be one of the sweetest and biggest blessings in my entire life.
And it's one size fits all, Michael, right? Like there might be somebody listening right now, new to the family, new to Christian radio because of the Christmas music. And they're going, yeah, you guys don't know what I've done. But God's grace can cover anything and His love, right?
That's right. You can never run too fast or too far to get outside the limits of God's grace. No matter what you've done or who you are, God's grace is waiting for you. All you have to do is ask for it.
Oh, my daughter is a worship leader. You're a worship leader. And something you said really struck me. I'm a pastor, but my pulpit is a 3-minute song. And I was hoping you would share about that. That's so cool.
Yeah, the short version of a very long story is I was going to college to be a pastor. And about a year into that education, I had a chance to join the band FFH and move to Nashville, of which my parents loved the idea of me dropping out of college and joining a band.
Oh.
but I really wanted to do it and felt like the Lord was calling me to do it. Most of my mentors at the college were telling me that it was a crazy idea to do that. If I was called to be a pastor, then I should stay in school and study to be a pastor. But one of my mentors at a Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's, he said, I think you should do it. And I said, why? And he said, you're still going to preach sermons. They're just going to be about 3 minutes long. It's going to have a melody to it. And it's been some of the best advice I've ever been given in my life. Sermons can easily be songs, and it just happens to be one of the ways that I've been blessed to be able to communicate with my church and with people outside of that as well.
Oh, I think that's incredible. And I noticed I've been following you on Instagram. You're rocking the PNW Buffalo plaid. You would fit in really well here in the Northwest.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love to wear some flannel, too, so I'm ready.
Are you a coffee drinker, Michael?
Yes, I love
on.
coffee.
We're rolling up to the Starbucks drive-thru. What are you ordering?
I have an espresso at home, and that's typically what I make my coffee because I like the froth on top.
Yep.
I don't know if I have to give away my man card to say that, but I love the froth on top.
All the froth. I'm right there with you. I'm thinking about asking Santa for an espresso this year. We'll see what happens.
It's very good.
Can't wait till Christmas morning. And speaking of, I know you're a dad. What are you looking forward to this Christmas with your son? His name is Nash, right?
That's right. Yeah, I love watching him experience Christmas. That's probably every parent would say that. But, I had a friend tell me one time that guys enjoy being dads because it gives them a chance to be a kid again.
Yeah.
And I have found that to be true. It's almost like I'm experiencing Christmas for the first time with him as well. So my son loves all things Minions right now. And so there's constant Minion chatter in our house, and he might be getting a few gifts that are similar to those Minions. So
okay, we won't tell.
He's a lot of fun.
Do you have a favorite Christmas memory for when you were growing up, Michael?
Yeah, I remember as a little boy, I wanted to give my family a gift, but I didn't think about giving a gift until it was Christmas morning. And so I went in my room and with blue notebook paper wrapped up some toy cars that I had. I was probably 5 or 6 years old at the time, and I gave them to my mom and my dad. And I just remember identifying that feeling of wanting to give a gift and giving what I had. To my parents looking back, it's like they probably weren't going to use those toy cars at all, but it was the thought behind I wanted to give something. And I think that's the beauty of Christmas. I think, when you realize what you've been given, it also makes you want to give. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
It's the story of the little drummer boy. He gave what he had.
That's exactly right. And I was drumming on things at that age, too. So perfect fit.
That is awesome. It's so fun getting to know you. And before I let you go, I'm wondering, what are you hearing from people about Come You Unfaithful? Because I'm telling you, it really has made a difference in my Christmas.
It has been absolutely amazing to get messages and comments, phone calls, text messages from people just saying that they've been moved by the song. I think some folks are hearing the gospel for the first time. There are some people who are being reminded of the beauty of the gospel message for the first time, and I'm so glad the song is getting out there, but even more than that, I'm glad that the message is getting out there, that God's grace is for everybody. We all get invited to that story and to a relationship with Him, and it seems like this little song that started, out at a Christmas Eve service at my church 2 years ago is having the chance to be at a lot of other Christmas Eve services and moments in the car with people that are listening to the radio and people that are listening to YouTube, lyric videos and things like that. I could not be more grateful and overwhelmed by God's goodness that this little song is making its way out to the world, reminding people of His grace and His mercy.
Well, you've given us quite a gift. Merry Christmas, Michael Boggs, and I hope we'll talk again.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
You too.